our next topic is the Hardy-Weinberg's law. ठीक है, so what is Hardy-Weinberg's law? It states that relative frequency of allele, you know that the allele, ठीक है, so relative frequency of allele remains constant from generation to generation in a population where organisms are sexually reproducing. Means the relative frequency of the allele will remain constant from generation to generation in a given population, but the condition is that the population or the organisms should reproduce sexually. Okay? So this is the principle of the Hardy-Weinberg scientist, or this is the law of Hardy-Weinberg's scientist. So this is the Hardy-Weinberg's law. Now this law is applicable when these conditions are followed by the population. Okay? So it is applicable when the population is big, so there should be a population is big. Okay? For small population it is not applicable, because we will see the latter. Okay? Why? Then organisms show random mating. When organisms show random type of mating, then this law is applicable. So these are the conditions. Then there should be no mutation. Okay? Because if the mutation occurs, it will causes a changes. So there is a no constant alleles. Then fourth one condition is all organisms survive and have uniform reproductive potential. So in a population or in a given population, all the organisms should be survive and they have uniform reproductive potentials. Okay? Means their habitat should be uniform. Now next in this law is the representation of allele. Hardy-Weinberg represents the allele in a different form. Okay? Generally we represent the dominant allele in a capital letter. Okay? So capital A here represents the P, or P represents the capital allele. Okay? So it is a single. Okay? When the dominant alleles are present, two dominant alleles, which is represented by P square. Okay? Single represented by P and homozygous dominant, these are homozygous dominant. So homozygous dominant are represented by P square, recessive is represented by Q, homozygous recessive is represented by Q square, and heterozygous is represented by 2PQ. Okay? So overall gene pool in Hardy-Weinberg's law is homozygous condition, okay, dominant, recessive and heterozygous condition. So capital A, small a, and capital A, small a. So these are the gene pool. Okay? You know that the gene pool means total genes into that population. So that is a gene pool representation, and this is the representation of allele. Now there is a Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium is given in this law. So what is this Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium? It is that P square plus Q square plus twice PQ equal to 1. So frequency, relative frequency of allele remains constant, that is the 1. Okay? So it is a constant value 1. So this is the equation. Okay? Mathematical expression, P square plus Q square. P square means the homozygous dominant plus homozygous recessive plus heterozygous is equal to 1. So there will be a constant value. So now we will see the factors affecting to the equilibrium, that is for this Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium or to the Hardy-Weinberg's principle. Okay? So which factors affects to this equilibrium? The first factor is the mutation. Applicable condition, I have told that there should be no mutation. So mutation is the factor which affects to the equilibrium, which will disturb the equilibrium. Then second one is the recombination. Okay? Because recombination also causes a changes variation. So it will also causes the disturb the equilibrium. Then third one is the gene migration. These 2 points we have seen mutation, you know the mutation in the earlier lecture we have seen the mutation, okay, morphological, numerical mutation in the chromosomes and their point mutation. Recombination we have seen into the cell division chapter. Okay, what is the recombination? Now the gene migration. Gene migration is of two types. Okay, emigration or I-migration. Okay, emigration or I-migration or emigration. Okay, so immigration. Okay, this is called as a immigration. Immigration means out, means there is a deletion of the gene from that gene pool, that is the immigration. Okay, and immigration or immigration means there is a in of the genes into the gene pool, or there is a addition. Okay, here the genes are leaving that population or leaving the that gene pool, and in this condition the genes are added into that gene pool. So these are the two different things. Okay, so that is the migration. Okay, like that of populations. In population there are also two types of migration, that is immigration and emigration. Immigration means the peoples which are living in that particular population leave that population. Okay, suppose there is one city, or from that city the peoples are now leaves that city, and now they are settled into the village. So that is the immigration, means they are out from the city. And for the village, okay, when we consider the village, there is a immigration, means there is a addition of the people. So that is the immigration. So that is the concept of gene migration. Then the genetic drift also causes disturb into the equilibrium. We have seen there is a big population, okay, applicable when big population, and genetic drift is occur into the small population. We have seen the genetic drift. What is the genetic drift? Change in allele frequency in a small population, in a given small population due to any reason. So when there is a genetic drift, there is a small population. So that is why this is factor affects to the equilibrium. Then fifth one is the natural selection. Okay, you know that the natural selection causes the variation, and as the variation causes, there is a disturbance into the equilibrium. So these are the factors which affects to the Hardy-Weinberg's law or Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. Now the questions from this topic are maybe from the factors, which factor is affecting to the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or the principle. Okay, then applicable, when it is applicable. Okay, so one type of question in maybe the theoretical, that is the factor or the conditions. Okay, maybe on the condition or maybe on the factors. And most of the question from this topic is given into the problems. Okay, so they give a problem, they give a frequency, okay, of one allele, and you have to find the frequency of another allele. So for that we are taking a one example. Okay, then you will easily understand this equation. So for this we will consider this equilibrium: p square plus q square plus twice pq is equal to 1. Okay, so now listen carefully. The question is that in Mn system of blood group, there is another type of blood group system, that is Mn. Generally we have seen the ABO blood group system, okay, but there is another, that is Mn. So in example is given is Mn blood group system. Okay, the frequency of M is 0.7 and frequency of N is 0.3. Okay, so what would be the frequency of heterozygous individual in the population? So we have to calculate the heterozygous individual, frequency of heterozygous individual in the population. Okay, so heterozygous condition means 2pq is the representation of heterozygous. Okay na, we have seen the representation of allele. Capital A means dominant, small a means recessive, and capital A means this is homozygous. Okay, and capital A small a means heterozygous, which is represented by 2pq. So the given is the p and q is given, that is m and n is given, that is means p and q is given. So we have to calculate the 2pq. ठीक है. Now what is the value of p? So here the given the value of p is 0.7. ठीक है, 0.7. First of all we will see here m represents the p and n represents the q. So value of m is equal to p, means the value of p is 0.7 and the value of n is given, that is 0.3. It means that is the value of q, so is a 0.3. ठीक है. So now we have to find the 2pq. So how will we find 2pq? Calculate simply 2 into p into q. ठीक है. So 2 into 0.7 into 0.3. So it will become 7 into 3 means 21. 21 into 2 means 42, means 0.42. So this is the value of 2pq. That is, so this is the frequency of individual, that is heterozygous individual in the population will be 0.42. ठीक है. The heterozygous individual in the given population will be in the proportion of 0.42. Now we can cross this, ठीक है, cross check this using the equilibrium, that is the p square plus q square plus twice pq is equal to 1. So there should be a constant, because this law states that the frequency of allele remains constant. ठीक है, so that is the 1. ठीक है, so we can cross check. So now we have calculated the value of twice pq, but now we have to calculate p square plus q square and then we will cross check it, their addition will be 1 or not. So p square means is equal to m square. So it will become 0.7 into 0.7 and q square means n square, it will become 0.3 into 0.3. So it will become 7 into 7 49, so 0.49. ठीक है, and 0.3 into 0.3 it will become 0.9. ठीक है. So now we will add this, means p square plus q square plus twice pq will be 1. So now we will calculate p square. The value of p square is 0.49 plus the value of q square is 0.9 and the value of 2pq is 0.42. So now if we calculate it will become 1. ठीक है ना, because 0.49 plus 0.9 it will become 58.58 and 0.58 plus 0.42 it will become 1. ठीक है. So in this way we can cross check the problems. ठीक है. So we have calculate the frequency of heterozygous individual in the population. So like this there are different problems on this equilibrium. ठीक है. Suppose in this example they ask for a heterozygous individual, they may be asked for homozygous individual. ठीक है. So homozygous will be represented by p square. So we have to calculate maybe p square q square. ठीक है. So these are the types of the examples or problems which may be asked in the exam on this topic. So this is the important topic, that is Hardy-Weinberg's law. I am repeating the statement of Hardy-Weinberg's law, that is the relative frequency of allele remains a constant. You know that the allele. Okay, so that's why I am not explaining again and again what is the allele, because we have seen in the molecular basis of inheritance or genetic basis of inheritance in chapter. Okay, so relative frequency of allele remains constant from generation to generation in a population, in a given population where organisms are sexually reproducing, means the frequency remains constant, that is y equal to 1. So you can solve now the problem from this equilibrium. Okay, so here we completed the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg's law. Next topic is the speciation. ठीक है. Speciation means the formation of the new species, that is the speciation. Okay, so there are two types, that is gradual and abrupt, or which is also called as a sudden speciation or abrupt speciation. So first one is the gradual speciation. Gradual means it is a slowly, ठीक है. It requires a longer duration for the speciation. Now gradual again divided into the two types, that is allopatric speciation and sympatric speciation. Simply allopatric speciation means it is according to the geographical area, ठीक है. Means there is a difference in the geographical areas of that two different species, that is the allopatric speciation. Means the two species grows in a two different geographical areas, or due to separation of geographical area leads to the formation of two different species. That is why this is a geographical. How? We will see the example. The example of allopatric speciation is the Darwin's finches. We have studied the Darwin's finches in detail, ठीक है. So Darwin's finches, these are actually the blackbird, and there are 20 varieties of these Darwin's finches which are differ in the size, differ in the shape of the beak. The difference is due to their habitat. So these are actually derived from or developed from a single variety, that is grain eating blackbird variety, and from this single variety there is a 20 varieties are developed, that is the Darwin's finches. So actually there is a Galapagos Island, ठीक है, and this Galapagos Island is made up of the small about 20 to 22 islands, ठीक है. So there are 22 islands, and that is collectively called as Galapagos Island. So there are different types of the islands are present. Now these islands are separated from each other by a geographical condition, ठीक है. So there may be a water body, ठीक है. So due to the presence of this barrier, there is a geographical barrier. So what happen, due to these, the species which is present on these second number island and the species which is present on the island number 1, these are geographically separated. So these two cannot mate, ठीक है. So these are reproductively isolated due to the geographical area or due to the geographical condition. These are reproductively isolated. Means suppose consider here is a bird and here is a bee, ठीक है. So these two does not mate because of the separation of the geographical area. So what happens, this A will changes its habitat and B also changes its habitat. So due to changes in their habitat, they will acquire the new characters and they get changed into the new variety, and which leads to the formation of new species, that is the allopatric speciation, ठीक है. So basically in allopatric speciation there is a different geographical area. Means these two species are not developed into the same geographical area, they develop into separately geographical areas, that is the allopatric speciation. So simple, you have to remember the word, that is geographical. Means these are geographically separated, that's why which leads to the variation into that organism, and finally which leads to the formation of new species. Such a speciation is called as allopatric speciation, ठीक है. Next one is the sympatric speciation. Sympatric means in the same environment, the two species which are developed, which are present into the same environment, that is the sympatric speciation. So example, the pig frog and gopher frog, these are the two varieties of frog, ठीक है. So this pig frog is present into the marshy and pond areas, ठीक है. Pig frog is present into the marshy and pond area, and gopher frog is present into the sandy area. Now the doubt is that you can say that this marshy area and sandy area are two different areas, but this is the ecological habitat. This is the ecological habitat. Habitat means where they live. So this is not geographically separated. Suppose for this we can consider, suppose this is a one geographical area. Okay? This is the one land geographical area, and in the same geographical area here is a one area. Okay? This blue area represents, suppose this blue area represents the marshy area. Okay? And inside this box like area represents the sandy area. Now, or this is a sandy habitat and this is the marshy habitat. Now these are present into the same geographical area. These two are not separated from each other. These two are not separated from each other by geographically. These are present on the same land. Okay, in the same land. So that is why in the same environment. But the habitat is different. The peak frog is present into the marshy or pond areas, and the gopher frog is present into the sandy area. But these two are present into the same geographical area. But here the two areas are separated by the geographical condition. Okay? So that is the main difference in between the allopatric and sympatric speciation. Okay? So that's why there is the same geographical area but different ecological habitat, and due to that habitat there is a change into their characteristics, and which leads to the formation of new species. That is why we got two species in the same geographical area, that is the peak frog and gopher frog. But these are present into the same geographical area, but they have different ecological habitat, and due to that different ecological habitat there is a difference in these two frogs, and we consider as a two different species. Okay? So that is the main difference in between the allopatric and sympatric speciation. Now the second type of the speciation is the abrupt or sudden speciation. So this is a gradual, it is a slowly, and it is a fast. So there are two factors which causes the abrupt or sudden speciation, that is the mutation and hybridization. We have seen the mutation in the earlier videos or lecture, different types of the mutation, okay, morphological and genetic. Now, so that's why we are focusing here on the hybridization. Hybridization simply means the crossing between the two different species and the formation of the third type of organism, third type of species, that is the hybridization. Okay? So there is an example, that is Raphanobrassica. Now how it is actually developed? So there are two plants, that is Raphanus sativus and Brassica oleracea. This Raphanus sativus is actually a radish. Okay? You know that the mula, okay, in Marathi, and Brassica oleracea is the flower. Okay, in Marathi it is called as a fulkobi. So this is a mula and fulkobi. Okay, so their diploid condition shows the 18 chromosomes, and in Brassica also 18 chromosomes. Okay, so when there is a cross, the haploid gamete will have 9 half number, and this Brassica also have half number in their gamete, so 9. So after fusion, what will form? Diploid condition 2n, so 2n will become 18. Okay. Now what happened during the development of this Raphanobrassica? They give a chemical treatment to this plant, that is which have 18 chromosomes, and due to that chemical treatment there is a doubling of the chromosomes. So what happened? There is 9 plus 9 of the Raphanus and 9 plus 9 of the Brassica. Means there is an increase in 9 chromosome of the Raphanus variety and 9 chromosome of the Brassica. So it will become 9 plus 9 means 18 of the Raphanus and 18 of the Brassica. So it is completely will become 36. That is the tetraploidy condition. Here is the diploid condition and here is the tetraploidy condition. And due to this tetraploidy condition, due to change in number of the chromosome, there is a formation of different variety which shows the different characteristics from the Raphanus and Brassica variety, which is called as Raphanobrassica. The name is given by combining the two names, that is Raphanus and Brassica, which is called as Raphanobrassica. So this is the sudden development of the species, new species. It does not require so longer duration. Okay? So it is the suddenly developed, that is why it is abrupt or sudden. And mutation also causes a sudden changes and which leads to the speciation. So that's why hybridization and mutations are included into the abrupt or sudden speciation. So here we completed the speciation topic. Thank you.